Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with football coach Scott Abell, women's soccer captain Holley Beasley, and men's cross country captain Kane Thomas. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. Women's soccer picked up its first outright win at Virginia Wesleyan in 10 years, beating the Marlins 1-0 in double overtime. The men's team also notched a road ODAC victory, taking down Lynchburg 4-2. Football defeated Sewanee 35-24 at Wilson Field, while field hockey dropped a 2-1 decision on the road against Kane, and Riding placed 7th at the Randolph-Lynchburg Invitational. I'm joined now by football coach Scott Abell. Scott, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Jeremy.
One of the big questions coming into this season was how WNL would replace guys like Luke Heinz and Brett Murray on the offensive side, playmakers like Jake Pelton on defense. You've certainly had some young guys step up so far. How is that transition going?
Well, I think we're real pleased at this point where we are. It's always tough when you replace All-Americans like Jake and Luke and Brett Murray. What a fantastic senior class. And so I don't think it's fair to ask our guys to be those guys. Instead, it's up to us as a staff to put the new guys in the right places. And it's not just the young guys stepping up. I mean, we have seniors that are stepping up, giving us great leadership and great production that we haven't seen in the past, like Mark Burley on the defensive line. And, it's been very welcoming to see all these guys come together to step up to replace that great senior class we lost.
Your current senior class is 26-9. They've already had one of the best careers of any senior class at Washington and Lee. What kind of mentality are those guys bringing to the field in their final season?
Well, I've said this a lot this season and the preseason. You can't put a price tag on that kind of experience, that kind of success. And, when they step on the field, they expect to win. And that's what they've helped evolve our program to, a program that each and every Saturday we expect to win. We expect to be in the hunt for the ODAC championship, and that's what these seniors have worked for, and that's what every Saturday they prepare for.
Your rushing offense has picked up where it left off last season. You've had some struggles in the passing game. Overall, where is the Generals' offense as you open up ODAC play?
Well, I think we're where we want to be. It's certainly a lot of question marks coming into this year, with all the guys we lost last year. But we've had guys step up and fill the void and fill the shoes in. Our option game is really clicking at maybe an all-time high for this point in the year. And I give a lot of that credit to our guys up front blocking and our guys on the edge blocking. I mean, we feel as a staff we're blocking better than we've ever blocked. And then Nick making all the decisions he makes inside our option game. Our run game is different because every snap Nick has to make multiple decisions on who to give the ball to, and he's just doing a fantastic job.
The ODAC has gone 17-7 in out-of-league games, including some pretty good non-conference wins. What kind of expectations do you have for the conference this year?
Well, I think the parity is at an all-time high in our conference, and I think we all saw that with the preseason poll coming out where, certainly Sydney was picked first, if you saw that, and we were picked fourth, but there were only, 1 or 2 points separating the top four teams. And so I think it's going to be one of those years that each and every Saturday you're going to have to be at your best. And you're going to have to play better than the team you're lining up against and take it 1 week at a time.
Scott, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, we're good.
I'm joined now by Holley Beasley, junior soccer captain from Virginia Beach. Holley, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Over the last few games, you've scored the game-winning goals in 1-0 victories over 2 conference rivals. What do the wins over Roanoke and Virginia Wesleyan mean to the team?
They were definitely huge wins for us. Basically what they mean is just that we're right where we want to be and need to be at this point in the season. It was fun beating them, but other than that, it doesn't really mean much else unless we go out and beat everyone else now for the rest of the season. So it means that we're right where we want to be, but we just got to keep going.
What's working well for Washington and Lee in the midfield and on attack right now?
We've definitely improved a lot this season on building the attack and connecting passes and our attacking third. I think our biggest weapon right now is just our high pressure on the ball. This team works extremely hard, and right when we lose it, we are turning around right away, winning it back. And so that high pressure on their defenders, our midfielders are really good at winning air balls, which helps. And then we put pressure on their defenders, either winning the ball in our attacking half or forcing them to give it up and allowing our defenders and midfielders to win it right back. I think the cool thing is that our attack right now isn't nearly as good as it's going to be towards the end of the season. I know this week in practice, that's what we're going to be working on a lot, and going on the rest of the season, really those final balls and putting it in. So I think we're going to keep getting a lot better.
Your co-captain, Alexis Blight, is the only upperclassman in the back third right now, and yet WNL had posted 5 straight clean sheets coming into the week. What makes the defense so effective?
It definitely has a lot to do with Lex's leadership back there. She's been showing some awesome leadership, making sure everyone's where they need to be. There's no dull moments. Everyone's focused and keeping everyone defending as a unit. And then we have some freshmen who just came in ready to play. They just stepped right up to the plate. And I play against them every day in practice, and they're hard to beat. They are some good defenders. So we have that leadership mixed in with those freshmen coming in just ready to get after it. So they're a tough back three to beat.
You alluded to this earlier, but you still have the majority of your ODAC schedule in front of you, including some key matches against the likes of Lynchburg, Bridgewater, and Shenandoah. How can the Generals sustain the momentum you've got right now into the second half of the regular season?
Well, like I said, it feels good knowing that we are where we need to be at this point in the season. I think we're all really excited to continue on and get to play the rest of the ODAC teams. It really just comes down to showing up every day at practice and using every day to get a little bit better. I also talked about this earlier, but our team is extremely hardworking, really determined, and when we show up to practice, we really know how to just get the job done. So I think the cool thing is that it's not going to take any miracles for us to end up with that ODAC championship. It's really going to come down to us showing up every day, working hard, showing up to games and doing what we can do, and I think the results are going to come. We're really excited about it.
Holley, thanks for joining us here. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you for having me.
With me now is Kane Thomas, senior cross-country captain from Seattle. Kane, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're the captain and the lone upperclassman on the Generals roster this year. How do you view your leadership role, especially with a young team and a new head coach?
Sometimes I kind of feel like Bull Durham or something like that, trying to help these guys kind of develop, because you're right, I am a lot older than a lot of them, but at the same time, they're all very mature athletes, really know where they're going, and I'm just trying to help guide them, I guess.
Even with a young squad, you've had some great results so far this year. What's enabled these younger runners to make such a smooth transition into college competition?
Well, I think that there's a lot of talent in the freshman class and sophomore class, and they're starting to realize that, and that's really motivated them. And at the same time, they have a really good group of guys that I think they've really bonded together really well, and they're able to kind of help keep each other accountable during the workouts and out of the workouts.
What are you looking to accomplish during your senior season, both from a personal standpoint and for the team as a whole?
Personally, I'd really like to finish in the top 10 at ODACs. The past 2 years, I've felt like I was ready to do it, and for whatever reason, it didn't pan out. So I'd like to do that, and then maybe finish in the top 25 at regionals. For the team, I think we have a great shot at getting second in the ODAC conference, and then right now we're currently ranked 5th in the region. So it'd be great to finish top 10 at the end of the year.
On our show last week, Coach Spalding billed Paul Short as one of the biggest events of the regular season for WNL. How excited is the team to run in such a big race this weekend?
Really excited. We're going to have about 400 people in our race alone, and they actually have, I think, 3 different races that day. So just to have that opportunity to run with that many people is definitely going to push us and hopefully lead some good times.
Kane, thanks for being here. Best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. It's Parents' Weekend at WNL, so there's a full slate of action here in Lexington. Women's soccer has a noon kickoff against ODAC foe Randolph, while volleyball will play host to a pair of matches. The Generals start off the day against Hollins, followed by a 4:30 contest against Marymount. Field hockey meets Wilson at the turf field, while men's soccer prepares for a crucial ODAC match against Roanoke, and football opens up conference play under the lights at Wilson Field against Guilford. Also on Saturday, the men's and women's cross-country teams will hit the road, heading up to Lehigh for the Paul Short Invitational. For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.